Hey guys, welcome back. How are you? I hope you are good and doing well. So, in the last lecture, we worked on the first task of the assignment 3, which was the allow companies to edit and destroy the jobs. Okay, and I already showed you that how we created the PR for this and then rebase and merged it into the main branch. Okay, now in this lecture, we're gonna discuss the last task of the assignment 3, which is to display only active jobs on the public view search results. Okay, now if you click on that, you can see the description that right now we are showing all the jobs on the public view regardless of its status, but we would like to show only active jobs in the public view or a job seeker view. Okay, I mean, if you are a job seeker or if you are trying to find out the jobs without signing into the system, so we will display only active jobs to such users. Okay, but companies can see all their jobs without whether it's active, inactive or drop. Okay, why companies can see these kind of jobs? First of all, this question should come to your mind that companies are managing their jobs. Okay, so companies can edit the status of the job any point of time, okay, if they wish. Okay, for example, right now as a company I'm creating a job and I'm marking it as a draft. Okay, so it is possible for me, so I would like to set this job status as the draft, and I will later publish this job for the public or job seekers. Okay, and I can also keep some jobs inactive. Okay, so that should not be visible to the public users, and I can keep some jobs as active as well. Okay, so the companies can see all the jobs, but the public user or the job seekers can only see the active jobs on the portal. Right now you can see that we have some jobs. So here you can see that we have 501 remote jobs, and we have let's say if we go to the on-site jobs, so we have 499 on-site jobs. Okay, and few of them are active, some are inactive, and some are in the draft. Okay, so let's check the status of the job. So first come to the terminal and let me run the rails console. Okay, I would just want to show that how many jobs we have. So for example, if we see job.count, we will see 1000. So there are 1000 jobs in the system. Okay, let me increase the font size. So you can see there are 1000 jobs in the system right now. Okay, but if I see job.where status is active, so you can see, sorry, let me find the count, not all the jobs. So you can see that we have 545 jobs which are active. Okay, so these 545 jobs should be visible on the portal. Okay, or the job seekers or the public users can see that. Okay, but if I go to the inactive, it is showing 242 jobs are inactive, so this should not be visible. And if I go to the draft, they should not be visible as well, and we have 213 jobs which are set as the status draft. Okay, so right now you can count that 545 plus 242 and plus 213, so we have total 1000 jobs in the database, but only 545 jobs should be visible. Okay, and rest of the 455 jobs should not be visible on the portal. Okay, so we need to fix that task in this lecture. Okay, so first what we can do, that first check the git status whether our main branch is updated or not. Okay, so our main branch is updated. So now what we can do, that git checkout minus b and then feature and then display active jobs only to public view. Okay, so I created this branch. Okay, let me rename this git checkout main. Okay, now let's see how we can delete a branch, because I renamed it incorrectly. Okay, so I need to delete it. Okay, so how we can do that? So here you can see feature display. So what we can do, just copy the branch name and then git branch minus d and paste your local branch name. Okay, so it has deleted, and now we need to create a new branch and just add feature slash display active jobs on the public. Okay, so now we are on the new branch. So if you check the git branch, so we are at this branch. Now let's start the rail server, and then we need to find a way to display only active jobs on the browser. So the first approach that we can do, so let's go to the jobs controller of the public view, and here what we can do, that here you can see job dot includes company, and then we are send using the send method to find out the either remote jobs or the on-site jobs. Okay, and here we can add the status filter, like where status is active only. Okay, so this is fine. Okay, so this is fine. So what we can do, if we go to the browser now and refresh the page, so right now you can see there are 499 on-site jobs. So if you refresh the page, you can see that only 271 on-site jobs are now. Why? Because these are the active jobs. Okay, or jobs with the status active. And if you come to the remote jobs filter, you will see that we have only 274 remote jobs. Okay, so if you count 274 plus 271, so we are only showing 545 active jobs. Okay, and then what will happen, that if we are doing like that, so here you can see job dot find by UUID. So we fixed it on the index, but we need to fix it on the show as well. So what we can do, that we can add this thing here, that is job dot where status is active, and then find by UUID params. Okay, so this is done. So now user can see the list of active jobs, and he can see the active jobs for a specific job. Or okay, so what we are doing here, let me show you that here we are only showing the active jobs as the list, no matter whether they are remote or on-site jobs, and here we are only showing the active jobs or active individual jobs. Okay, whether it could be remote or on-site job. Okay, so this is the way how we can do that. So we just edit the active filter here. But is this the good way to do that? Okay, because we might need to have some better way than that, because we are just adding filters in the controller level. Okay, but what we can do, that we can create let's say some scope or some class method to handle that within the job model itself. Okay, like in the job model you can see that we have two scopes to find the remote jobs and the on-site jobs. Okay, so what we can do, that we can create some multiple scopes here, like let's say scope active jobs. Okay, and then what we can do here, where status is active. Okay, so this is the good way to do that. And then what we can do, that we can simply just save this, and we can simply call this active scope on the jobs controller, I mean here. So now at the controller level we are safe to uh, remove the filter, and we can use the scope here. And here what you can do, that job dot active jobs dot find by UUID params ID. Okay, and in the same way you can write the scopes for let's say inactive and draft jobs as well. Okay, so what we can do, inactive and here draft, and then you need to add, let's say here inactive jobs, and then draft jobs. Okay, so this is the much better way. Okay, so whenever you do some changes like that, do not directly add the filters in the controller level. That will work, and that is not the bad thing. Okay, but that is not the standard thing, or that is not the standard approach towards completing this issue. So what you need to do, that go to the model, create the scopes first, so that you can use it whenever you want or wherever you want. Okay, and you can, even you can change some parameters here, like for example when we work on the job search for the public view, we will do that. So you can change further methods into the active jobs, inactive jobs, and draft jobs as well. Okay, now let me show you that whether these scopes are working or not. So what we can do, go to the rails console, shut down the server, and open the rails console. And what we can do now, job dot active jobs dot count. Okay, so you will see 545 job dot inactive jobs dot count. you will see 242, and then job dot draft jobs. So 213. So now this is working. Okay, so this is the advantage of using the scope. So now let's run the rail server. So we will fix this issue in multiple parts. Okay, so the first part has been done, which is we are only showing the active draft, sorry, only the active jobs for the public and job seeker views. Okay, but companies can see all kind of views. For example, now let me go to the some company namespace. So localhost company jobs. Okay, so here you can see that this job is we do not have any status for this. So for example, let's go to the edit. Okay, and set this. Okay, this is the status of this job is inactive. So when you click on, and the type is on site. Okay, so when you click on post job, you can see that the status is saved as inactive. Now let's go to the on-site job page. Okay, and we will try to find that whether we are seeing this job or not. Okay, so this is the list of on-site job, and if you try to find this job, you will see nothing in the search result. Okay, but on the other hand, if you edit the job status to active, okay, then you will be able to find this. Okay, so the job is now active, and if you try to find it now here after refreshing the page, okay, try to find it, and you will see the job at the last. Okay, so our query is working fine. So this is how you can test without implementing the search form. Okay, but in the next lecture we will work on adding the search form. Okay, so the first part has been done here, that we added the filtering. Okay, so what we can do, go to the terminal, shut down the real server, and add the check for the git status. Okay, and you can see that we made two changes. So you can do git log, let's say, sorry, git diff, and you can see that these are the files that I changed. So first is the job controller, and what I did here, that jobs dot include and then active jobs I used, and for the show action I also used active jobs. Okay, and then in the job model, what I did, that I added this line: active jobs, inactive jobs, and draft job scopes. Okay, so this is how we can create scopes, and we can write better solution to provide the filtered data on the view using controllers. Okay, so in this lecture I hope you got few things like how to write better queries and where to place them in the standard way, how to write scopes, okay, and how to filter the records using where query. Okay, so that's all for this lecture. Now let's make a commit for it. So git status, and then git add app. Okay, because I don't want to put the git ignore. Now what we can do, that git commit minus m, then edit filtering for active jobs on public view. Okay, so this is the first commit. Now what we need to do, git push. So let's make it git push, and then paste it, and then I need to provide the token. So let me copy the token and then paste it. So now the branch has been pushed, and we can just open the link and create PR for this. Okay, so we can create the PR. Okay, and so far in all the PRs, what we did, that we make the single commit. Okay, and in this PR we will create multiple commits, and then I will show you that how we need to review the changes. Okay, so the PR has been done. So that's all for this lecture, and in the next lecture what we will do, that here you can see in the company's page, when you come to the company's page, oh, let me restart the server. Okay, so at the company's page, you can see a search form. Okay, so we will add a similar search form on the job index page for both on-site and remote listing. And from there, user can find the jobs via the company name or the job title. Okay, so we will do that. So just try to finish the task at this level. I mean the first part for adding the filters to filter out only active jobs on the portal, and then we will meet into the next lecture to implement the search form for the job searching. Okay, so thanks for watching this, and let's meet into the next lecture. Till then, tata, goodbye, take care, and stay safe.